I've been in a long-term relationship with my girlfriend, and we've known each other since childhood. We grew up in a small town, and I'm 24, while she's 22. We eventually fell in love when she was 17, and 2 years ago, we moved to the city together. I work as a carpenter, and she's still attending university. 2 weeks ago, she dropped a bombshell on me. She's 3 weeks pregnant. The thing is, I know for sure that I couldn't be the father because we've always used protection, and we've never had sex when I've been under the influence of alcohol or drugs, as I don't drink or smoke. So, I pushed her to tell me the truth. After some pressure, she confessed that she slept with an exchange student during a school vacation trip. She said that he had been hitting on her for weeks, and though she didn't plan to have sex with him, it happened. She claimed that he didn't have a condom and she didn't have birth control on her, so it was a one-time thing. She insists that she has no feelings for him anymore. I was completely shocked by this revelation. After thinking it over for a day, I decided that I couldn't stay in this relationship. First of all, I'm not ready to raise a child that isn't mine, and second, I just don't know if I can forgive her for what she did. I ended the relationship, but I let her stay in our apartment until she could find a place to live, as I still care about her well-being. I paid the full rent since I'm the only one working at the moment to get away from the situation. I also asked my boss if I could stay in the temporary worker rooms at the warehouse, and he agreed. However, once our families and mutual friends found out about what happened, they began pressuring me to take her back. Most of them, especially my dad, are telling me that it's wrong to abandon her at this time. My dad keeps saying that it was just a mistake because of our youth, and he believes I should stay with her and help raise the child. Even my friends are messaging me, trying to convince me that I should forgive her and take her back. One of them even says that it's my fault because I was the one who encouraged her to move to the city, so now I should take responsibility for her and the baby. I'm feeling heartbroken, lonely, and overwhelmed. It feels like no one cares about how I feel, and I'm just expected to sacrifice everything for her. I don't know if I have the strength to stay in this situation anymore. I want to leave this town and start fresh in a new city, but I'm struggling with the courage to make that step. To make matters worse, my sister is the only one who's supporting me. She's telling me that I have every right to walk away, but the pressure from everyone else is making me feel like I have no choice but to go back to her. I'm just looking for advice. Should I forgive her and try to make it work, or is it best to walk away and never look back? I don't know what to do. I thought I could handle this situation alone, but after opening up to you all, I realized I'm not truly alone. Your support has meant a lot to me, so I decided to reach out to my little sister. She's coming to the city tomorrow morning to stay with me for the weekend. I also spoke to both my parents and my ex-girlfriend's parents. They all agreed to meet this weekend to discuss everything. I'm not sure how it'll go, but I'm hopeful that I'll have some clarity and be able to update you in the next few days. Update 2. 7 days later. Sorry for not updating sooner. Originally, our parents were supposed to come to us, but they canceled at the last minute due to work commitments. So, my sister and I had to take the train back to our hometown last Tuesday. Because of this change in plans, my sister and I spent the entire weekend talking about my decision. She asked me a lot of questions, and I answered honestly, expressing my true feelings. After all that, my decision remained unchanged. On Tuesday, I went to the meeting with everyone. I told my sister not to come, as I didn't feel it was necessary for her to be there. This was also the first time I'd seen my ex-girlfriend since the incident. I had blocked her on all social media and told her not to contact me again. From the start, I told my parents that I had made my decision, and this meeting was simply to figure out how to handle everything moving forward. One of the things many of you had suggested was to take a paternity test. I brought it up during the meeting, but after a few minutes of discussion, my ex-girlfriend made it clear that she didn't want to do it. I still believe that I am not the father, but at the end of the day, it's her choice. As for the real father, my ex-girlfriend explained that she had contacted him, and he was just as shocked and confused as I was. He had no idea how to handle the situation either, and he'll be going back to his home in October. So, we agreed not to involve him further in this matter, as we both wanted nothing to do with him anymore. Regarding the pregnancy, my ex-girlfriend and her parents have decided on an abortion since the pregnancy is still in its early weeks. She assured me that there wouldn't be any surgery involved, and although they explained everything in detail, I don't have much knowledge on this topic. I think this was one of the main reasons they didn't want to do the paternity test. They didn't want to wait. I've accepted that decision. The final issue we needed to discuss was our relationship. I was firm in my desire to break up. I honestly thought that everyone would object, but to my surprise, they didn't. My ex-girlfriend just sat there, biting her lip and looking down. I think she knew what I was going to say. Throughout our years together, I've always been the one to voice my opinion, and she's always been the quieter, more passive type. Her parents didn't say anything, and it was mostly just me talking the entire time. My dad was crossing his arms, and my mom tried to ask a question every now and then, but I was the one leading the conversation. So, we broke up, but I still care about her, and I want to remain friends. You can't just erase 20 years of your life together. We ended up talking about all the good memories we shared since childhood, and it was the first time in weeks that I felt at peace. After that, we spent the last few days packing up her things. She'll be staying in the city with me for a few more days to attend doctor appointments. Then she'll head back to her hometown for a while. Thank you to everyone who offered support and made me feel less alone in all of this. Your kind comments and messages have helped me a lot. As for the future, I'm thinking about starting fresh. Maybe going to university, as my sister is also planning to attend next year. Best comments. Some of you asked where I'm from. I live in a Nordic country, but I'm only half native. My mother is Scandinavian, and my father is from East Asia. My ex-girlfriend, on the other hand, is fully native. I understand that many people don't feel the need to involve their parents in every situation, but I was raised to have family close to my heart, even though they may sometimes hurt us. But at the end of the day, they are still family. That's why I also involved her parents. They've known me since I was a child, and I wanted them to hear everything directly from me, not through someone else. Now, I think it's time to get new friends. The ones I had clearly didn't care about my feelings. It wasn't a surprise that my ex-girlfriend and her parents had little to say during our meeting. She knew she was in the wrong, and there was no denying it. She did one of the worst things possible in a relationship. There was no way around that. As for staying friends, I don't understand why I would want someone in my life who betrayed me like this. Talking about childhood memories doesn't change the fact that she chose to betray me. I can't be friends with someone who did that. It's time to walk away and leave her behind. I deserve someone who will love me and respect me.